Hey guys, Jason here with Riversmith, based out of Boulder, Colorado. A couple weeks ago, we launched a video explaining how to mount the ShortCut River Quiver into the back of a pickup using the cargo rails. In this video, I want to walk you through the process of mounting it directly to the bed panel itself. It's going to take about 5 minutes. I'm going to walk you through each step. The tools that we want to use is an impact driver with a 3/8 hex drive on it. The hardware we're going to be using is the hardware that comes with the direct mount attachment that includes these self-tapping screws. And so in this video we're going to mount it to a 2010 Toyota Tacoma with a 6-foot bed. So a standard ShortCut can actually fit inside of here. It doesn't need to be cut down to 5 feet. Alright, let's get going. Alright, so when you receive your bed mounts, it comes in a box like this. It has the 2 mounts in there along with a package of hardware. The hardware contained in it is has the slot brackets for going into your cargo rail or the self-tapping screws and the Allen key needed to attach that slot hardware. So we're going to get going with the self-tapping option, and we're just going to run right through this thing. So let's take out a mount. Based on what your configuration is, you might want to level up your mount in a certain location. We're actually just going to use the baseline track that's formed into this bed as its guide, so that we know that the 2 mounts are going to be even or level with each other. Now, this might be a little intimidating to fasten this into your bed, but say it takes 10% skill, 90% guts, but it totally works. So inside of here, on these mounts, you have larger holes and smaller holes. The larger holes are for the cargo mount attachment. The smaller holes are for the direct to bed panel attachment. So we're going to start by putting a fastener through that top hole, like that. The first mount, when you mount it inside of your bed, you want it to be at least 13 inches away from the tailgate itself. And in this case, we're going to be about 17 inches away. So now that self-tapping screw has drilled through that composite material, and now it's actually fastening in with the threads, and you don't want to over torque these. So as soon as that maxes out, that is good. Now we're actually going to go and repeat that process for the 3 remaining holes. Again, don't over torque it. Get it that tight, and you can come back and tighten it by hand if you're feeling like one of them is loose. Alright, so the first mount is in place. We're going to repeat on the second one. It's always helpful to start with that top hole. That way you can let gravity work in your favor. And repeat what we just did on the first mount. Again, being careful to not over torque it. And it is important that you use all 4 screws. If you're in a condition where you can't get all 4, you might need to shift the mount forward or backward. Alright, so we have the 2 mounts located in here. With all of our ShortCut bed mount river quivers, that comes with the T-studs pre-installed on the T-track. And this is all that you need to actually mount it in. So we're going to need to get the 2 lock nuts out of the hardware package. A nice little trick here is to set the front half of the ShortCut on that far mount, and then run that through and just lightly thread it on by hand. So now you can go to the other side, put that T-stud through the slot, and put that nut on. And at this stage, now it's hanging, and we can kind of locate it back and forth, forward and backward, in a way that's going to make sense for the actual tailgate. So we want to have the unit as far back as possible, just for ease of access. So there we have about a 1/2 inch of space between the tailgate and the door of the River Quiver. Now it's in place, tighten that down. And you tighten it down with a 10mm hex driver. Do the same on the front. And now it's set up in the bed of your pickup. All right, well, thanks for taking the time to walk through that process. Really excited to get these into the world and hear feedback. So please reach out to us at info@riversmith.com and provide pictures, and looking forward to seeing you out on the water. Talk to you soon.